Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate that. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So overall, I have been addressing Bitcoin in my last couple of videos, really regarding the idea that we have to pay attention to Bitcoin and Ethereum currently, but of course it doesn't mean that we have to take our eye off the prize, which is of course altcoins. QNT still continuing to make gains on the 7-day span, up almost 40%. On the 24-hour span, we are up about 5.88%, and now that just changed, as you guys do see it kind of updating. But overall, trading volume, I don't know if this is fully updated. Let me give it a second. But on the 7-day span, you can pretty much see where we are hitting resistance still. We're actually going to open the chart here shortly and really kind of address this, but for the most part, trading volume is down a little bit today, which is expected. Nothing too crazy in that area. I don't know if the holders tab updated to show us today's. Actually, it did show us yesterday's. So this is actually going up, still continuing to rise over 100 plus holders a day. This is pretty crazy to say the least. So we are still seeing the demand for QNT continuing to skyrocket. But let's actually go look at CoinFi and really kind of address this. So first off, we are seeing a ton of volume, as you guys do see, incredible volume, most amount of volume that we've seen since going back to even November, etc. We can go back to the 6 months time and really see the volume here as well. Incredible in terms of the volume that was happening here, but we are still seeing some overall price movements, and we're seeing some more statistics being updated, including the percentage of QNT on exchanges. We see this kind of actually rising a little bit and then dropping a little bit more. So overall, we're going to still see this percentage of QNT on exchanges continuing to sort of fluctuate, but for the most part, being down at like 1.36% is still pretty significant, to say the least. And percentage of early investors still holding or hodling, if you will. This has been increasing, and we also see unique wallets hodling token has been skyrocketing. I mean, this is insane. Even if you're going back to like the beginning of July or January, wow, I can't even think, but we're seeing 44.8K all the way to 46.8K. So 2,000 new wallets were pretty much created in the month of January alone. That is insane. And of course, percentage of tokens held by the top 100 wallets, this continues to rise as well. I think that this is incredible, to say the least. I think that QNT is going to continue to really thrive in terms of demand, and I'm very excited for this. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about some charts. So first off, just to reiterate what I said in my last two videos on Hedera and even XRP in terms of Bitcoin, we're really kind of watching this 41 to 44K level. We're seeing a lot of resistance being met here at about the 40.8K zone, which is expected. This is pretty much where I told you guys to play caution. We want to break above 44K and really kind of hold up here. This is that nice demand zone going back to September. Of course, really kind of reclaiming these lows here going back to September as well is very crucial for us, especially to rise up and go to target that all-time high yet again. So we are really kind of watching Bitcoin closely here. I know that a lot of people don't like to watch Bitcoin, but it is crucial for you, especially to understand where alts are going next. Now, in terms of QNT, again, similar here. We're seeing a lot of volume kind of pouring out a little bit here, and we are also seeing us get met with resistance at about the $144 level. We really want to break over that. You could technically say that the major resistance is at about $135 technically. But overall, we really want to break over $144, really kind of hold above here and really get back into that demand channel going back as far as, August. That's where I really start to get bullish on QNT. Until then, just play cautious. You might be able to accumulate again a little bit at about $110. We might, retest this and then kind of go for one last major run. Of course, we do have to watch the $144 level. That is pretty much crucial for us, especially to understand the next major price movement. A lot of the Bitcoin pairs for a lot of these altcoins, including QNT, are similar to this, where we are seeing a nice sell-off pattern, which is of course expected now that like Bitcoin's getting the major spotlight. I'm surprised that Bitcoin dominance is not higher, but We are seeing a little bit of a short sell on the Bitcoin pairs, which will lead for the USD pairs to drop a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but this is testing those lows going back as far as August yet again. I'm expecting this to break back up into the demand channel, which is around the 3,773 sat level. That is pretty much where I want to start watching QNT closely. But until then, I'm not going to get too bullish on the price action. But let's talk about some updates. So first and foremost, we do see another cross-chain bridge bites the dust. Meanwhile, QNT Overledger is 3 years proven in national critical infrastructure connecting Corda, Hyperledger, Ethereum, and Chain 570 banks. These guys expect maximum enterprise-grade security, and the CISO of MasterCard/BOE delivered. And of course, we do see Gilbert Verdian, enterprise security, real solutions to today's security challenges. Gilbert Verdian himself. And of course, if you guys missed it, Wormhole Crypto, they got hacked for over. This is like 253 million, but it's actually over 350 million dollars. And of course, the developers are saying, "Hey, we want to give you $10 million for this exploit. Please, return it back to us." This is the problem. These cross-chain bridges lack mass security. They are a problem. This is exactly why when we're talking about enterprise-grade individuals moving in on the space, or even institutional-grade individuals moving in on the space too, they are not going to choose something that does not have the highest grade security factors or security at the forefront of the overall protocol or network in general. This is why I am watching QNT. This is why I'm watching HBAR, for an example, because HBAR we know is ABFT. We know it's one of the most secure, if not it is the most secure DLT in the space. This is why I'm paying attention to a lot of these companies, specifically because we are seeing a lot of the top 10 assets in the space suffer from security. And of course, we do see our India annual budget 2022, a new digital rupee powered by blockchain technology will be issued by the Reserve Bank of India starting 2022 to 2023. Remember, QNT is the interoperability solution for the blockchain corporation formed by the top banks in India, like ICICI and SBI. And if you guys don't know about ICICI, I know that sounds crazy to say multiple times, but we see that this is the bank. It's pretty much a leading private sector bank in India. The bank consolidated total assets stood at about Rs $14.76 trillion. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's actually over $200 billion USD. And of course, ICICI Bank currently has a network of 5,288 branches and 13,834 ATMs across India. So this is actually a fairly large bank, and it is huge in terms of the scale that it could reach. I think that this is something that's very incredible to say the least. And of course, we have been seeing CBDC talks, really kind of ramping up all around the world. I want you to all start paying attention right now, especially if you are in this space from the overall technological standpoint and fundamental standpoint. If you are a long-term investor, you should definitely be watching this. If you are a short-term investor, you should definitely be watching this because a lot of things are unfolding in terms of blockchain adoption, crypto adoption in general. We're talking more so about the metaverse, NFTs, CBDCs. I mean, it's all skyrocketing right now. And I think that we should all be paying attention to the things that are happening behind the scenes, not just price action alone, because trust me, price action is important, but so is fundamentals. And of course, we do see our QNT are openly collaborating with MIT. They recently shared a joint white paper on implementing a CBDC. MIT are also working closely with the Boston Fed on the US digital dollar. 1.7 million transactions per second settle in 2 seconds. I wonder what tech is helping them achieve this. And if you guys did miss it, here is that article. Just in, the Boston Fed and MIT DCI published open source CBDC software and a white paper as part of ongoing research into a digital dollar. I'm just saying it right now. We're talking more so, and here's actually a breakdown real quick. So also Quant Network, QNT, we're seeing, the next stage of research will focus on issues such as security, auditability, and programmability. Boston Fed distributed ledger design might cause performance bottlenecks and necessities. Wow, I can't even talk right now. Necessitates the use of a central transaction processor to retain transaction history. And of course, this is quoting this tweet as well. I do apologize for butchering that, but overall, when we are talking about QNT, it is at the forefront of a lot of this adoption. I want you to all, like I said, pay attention to the CBDC talks because all of this goes hand in hand with, of course, interoperability. And there's nothing better than QNT because we've talked about this. We've discussed API gateways and how they are essentially way better than Oracle's. They're way better than pretty much anything out there currently. And it's such an easy plug and play for these major banks, for these major governments as well. Like, governments want ease of use because they don't want to hire a ton of individuals that are, maybe tech advisors and so that are going to go in and make sure that these networks are connected one by one by one for these banks. No, they want to do a mass rollout of this technology that is going to allow them to have an easy bridge access to all of these financial institutions, aka having them be able to be interoperable with one another at mass scale. It's not going to happen one by one, it's going to happen all at once. And I do think that this is very exciting to say the least. And of course, Bittrex, if you guys missed it, Bittrex basically listed Quant Network, aka QNT, and this is going to be happening. I think that it is already happening, but it happened yesterday. It's very exciting to see. I do think that we will see more listings. I think that for the most part, though, we are on some, like almost all of the major exchanges. We do have a few still left in mind, though, but for the most part, we are looking fairly good in terms of volume for, Exchange East for, of course, retail demand. So retail individuals could buy QNT all day long. They could really kind of look into it and understand the technology from it. I do believe that when we're talking about individuals understanding interoperability, I think that's going to be something that's going to be very hard for them to understand. But the best way that I could describe it is, at the end of the day, if there's no interoperability, there will pretty much be no adoption of this technology. QNT is going to be the surge protector, if you will, for this entire market. It's going to power pretty much everything. I am very excited for QNT's future and Quant's future as well, as a company, as a network, as an overall leading name in this space. So definitely pay attention to QNT as we do march forward on in time. But with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, it's been Nick. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this world. Nick, peace out. I just messed up that outro, but it's all good, guys. Peace out anyways.